missile inbound. recharge. received. Component repaired. Technology repaired. Technology recharged. Technology recharged. received. Prepared. Technology prepared. Technology recharge.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just streaming right now. This shit. Omar came in, so I unmuted my mic. Hi, Omar. Yeah, because when I'm on the computer, it's a little harder for me to unmute the mic sometimes. But Omar, you do all that. You too much homework, Omar. You're gonna get eye cancer. All that homework. You're gonna get cancer of the eyes, Omar. You did all that fucking homework. Hold on, now Dad's calling me back. See, should I? Let me answer it. All right, bye. Hello? Yeah. No problem, no problem. I was, yeah. Yeah. You going down, or? Oh. I hear you. Right now I'm just doing my inventories in No Man's Sky at the moment, and you know, it's what I enjoy. The chill game, you know. I played a lot of Skyrim today, though. I got the Dragon Wrench shout, so I did that dungeon. So now I can actually pull dragons down. Yeah, that dude. Yeah. You should. It's fun. Yeah, go back in before it takes too long. I mean, before you take, you know, all of a sudden, like, you're gonna be like, dude, I haven't played in so long, and then it'll be like... Tomorrow's Friday. You going Friday? Yeah. Oh. I got you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm streaming my No Man's Sky. I had the mic muted because Omar came in here, and I'm just, I just put it on, so he's saying that Spider-Man 2 comes out tonight. The game, yeah, well, the first one did really good. It was the top-selling PS4 game for a long time. So, yeah. That did really good. So it sold. It was like the top-selling game. So now Spider-Man 2 came out and for PlayStation 5, and it comes out tonight at 12 o'clock. So he's like telling me, I don't know if I want it. I just don't. I just don't know if I could get into another game right now, dude. Like, unless it's, like, something I know, or, I don't know. I just don't feel like playing. I have Armored Core fucking 6 or whatever. I haven't even played it. Played it one. I just beat the first level, the first boss, and then I stopped playing because of everything that happened. So it's like, I'm just not feeling games like that, you know? The No Man's Sky is just, like, my chill game that I just do before I go to bed. You know what I mean? Not feeling it. I'm not feeling it like getting into a whole adventure and getting excited and everything. I just don't have that same level of excitement anymore, man. It's like crazy. I play StarCraft 2 a little bit, and I play, a little bit of NBA 2K, even though they're such monetized fucking crooks. But it's only because I like basketball. But other than that, like, I really don't play games like that no more. Skyrim, and that's it. And I like Skyrim, you know. I know, and I know how to play Skyrim. It's not like, I mean, I know how to play Spider-Man, dude. I mean, I just don't like Spider-Man that much. I'm more of a Batman guy. If it was like a good Batman game, I would contemplate it, or a Superman game. It was like Spider-Man's always like, eh. I always get like that. I always think he's like half a nerd and shit. I don't follow it. That's what makes him good, because he's relatable and stuff. It's like, yeah, but. And then lately with all the Spider-Man, like Into the Spider-Verse bullshit, with the fucking new one, they put a fucking poster on the wall. The one, Gwen, the girl, she passed a poster on the wall in the background, protect trans kids or some shit like that. And when I saw that shit, I'm like, wow, like such subtle imagery, because it was like kind of in the background, like in the dark area of the room, but it was there, and it was like, wow, like, you know what? Fuck this whole franchise. Fuck it. Yeah, right. You put that message in, right. You put that message in a cartoon. You're a piece of shit. Exactly. Right. Protect trans kids or whatever. Like fucking, you know. Ever since that was Into the Spider-Verse, that really pissed me off. And everybody claimed how good the first one was. I think your brother was like saying how good it was, and everybody was like, "Oh, Into the Spider-Verse was like the best movie ever." Fat Anthony loved it. Everybody loved this movie. Meanwhile, the second one. They have to put that in it. You know, I now, again, does that mean Insomniac Spider-Man 2 is going to have this shit in it? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I'd hope not. But, you know, track record of today's world, you know, they tend to put everything like that in everything now, so. I mean, I'm not going to, like, talk shit before I see it, but like, you know. Yeah, he's in the game too, Miles Morales. Yeah, he's yeah. Yep. And you have to play as him at parts too, I think. Which is whatever, I could tolerate that, you know, because I'm not like, I'm not a racist, you know, I'm not a racist type of person, but when you start adding like the trans bullshit and all that stuff, which Spider-Man tends to do, I just can't. I can't get behind it. It's very hard for me to get behind that. I'm very against that movement, dude, especially when you're involving kids and stuff. I'm very right-wing on that. On social issues, I'm very right-wing, dude. You know, when it comes to, like, affordable housing and healthcare for all, that's where I tend to lean a little more left. You know? But when you're talking about, you know, having kids mutilate themselves and things like that, I'm just against it, dude. There's nothing that anyone can say that will not make me feel against it on that. Nothing. I don't care. I don't care how plausible the argument seems. I don't care. Yeah. Yeah. Good. It is. Look, when it comes to homosexuality, I'm not against it. If people want to be whatever they want to be and they're not hurting other people, fine. But when you have, you know, children that are getting sucked into trends, and, you know, looking at people on TikTok or influencers or all sorts of things and actually getting their bodies mutilated before they even realize, like, I may have to, you know, breastfeed one day, or I may have to, you know, and just like how musical interests changed when we grew up, their sexuality, which is now their identity, where music was our identity growing up. And I had a time where I liked rap music and got into the black metal with you and all that. What if you were my liberal, you know, LGBTQ friend, and I left the rap, you know, the rap music, and I like, or maybe the rap music was, I don't know, playing basketball or gym class, and I left gym class to hang out with my LGBTQ friend Dad, and next thing you know, I got a sex change going on. I would today, at 38 years old, would be hating on. You would have to watch your life and lock your doors, because I would be very angry that I did that. You see what I'm saying? And what these kids don't realize is, like, see, by you introducing me to the black metal, that was cool because guess what? If I didn't want to listen to it, I go back to the rap, right? It was just a movement. It was just I grew my hair a little long and I wore black. That was it. But they make their identity so permanent with this mutilation shit, and it's like they can't even wait till they're 18. They do it at ages like 12, and people are like, oh, they don't do it as young as 12. Yes, they fucking do. Yes, they fucking do. And then it's like, and then on top of it, they mutilate themselves, and then it's like they feel, and then you're gonna have all these like, regression stories, and fuck that shit, dude. I'm never gonna look. You're playing Frankenstein with hormones and your body parts, and if you think playing Frankenstein with your body parts is something that a Spider-Man fucking should put in their movie as like a subtle, little, oh, we support trans kids bullshit. Like, no, then that makes me not like Spider-Man too much. And I never really liked him anyway that much. So it's not like they didn't hit my boy Superman. You know what I mean? Yeah, the liberals are making Superman's son gay or whatever, but I'll tolerate that. Jonathan Kent. Yeah, he's gay. But look. He's like really gay. Yeah, he's like flying in the air with some guy, like kissing him while he's flying and shit. Yeah. Hey, he looks kind of like a younger Superman, but like he's just really gay. And like, but again, like I could tolerate that, but when you start putting the transsexual element into things, that's where it crosses the line with me, and that's it. And look, I don't care. Like, I think your brother one time did try to like, give me a rational argument. Like, well, when do you think it should happen? Let's just say if the person puberty was very strong and they were getting very tall and facial hair, like maybe they need to do it at a younger age. And look, there is a nuance to that conversation that I'm willing to listen to if that's the case. But let's just say, like, someone like me, who never had, like, a second growth spurt, and let's just say I fucked with it at 12, who knows if I would have, they say some of your organs, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's more of a fetish, yeah. Yeah, but the parent shouldn't push it though, man. Not till they're 18, because even if they are, like, again, don't trans away the gay. Don't trans away the gay. Maybe the kid's gay. Let the kid find out if the kid's gay. Just because he's 3 and he likes the pink dress doesn't mean he wants to be a fucking woman. He's 3. But he's still got a little mind. The frontal cortexes don't fully develop. No, but there's also TikTok trends and bullshit and kids in school. Well, you know what? I will. All right, then if that happens, believe me, don't worry. The Bible comes out in the lake of fire, and Sodom and Gomorrah gets preached to him on a daily basis till that it's not in him. Well, then let it come out when he's older, and I'll still love my child. It's not like I'm not going to love him, but it's not happening when he's a child. That's it. That's it. All right, put on all the all right, put the dress on, put the fingernail painting. You're allowed to, you could do all that when just the minute you want a fucking hormone that was used to chemically castrate prisoners and things like that. The minute you want one of those prescriptions from a company that got sued $1 billion, and the minute you want to chop off your boobs or chop off your dingleberry, that's when we draw the line. Am I wrong? I mean, look, he wants to drug. You want to dress in a dress and paint your big, fine, do all that. But the minute you want to go that step further and do things that can cause a permanent change in your voice, or a permanent, or mutilate your genitals or whatever, that's when you draw the line. You have to draw the line somewhere as a parent. You have to. You know what I'm trying to say? And then when the kid turns 18 or whatever, an adult, I still think 18 is too young, but whatever. But he's an adult. He wants to make up his own thing. Look, you're not going to put a tattoo on a kid, right? I mean, like, if you're a responsible parent and the kid's like 9 years old and all his friends on TikTok are getting tattoos, like, you're not going to, like, you don't do that. So I'm not going to, I would never allow my child to take to play Frankenstein with hormones, especially through a period where you have such a small window of puberty, and you're going to actually give them something to block it, which can actually prevent their lungs and organs from growing, which has happened in some cases. Like, why would you do that? You're like almost killing your child based on a trend. I hate to say it. And a lot of these people, dude, like, yes, there are those few gender dysphoria people that you fall into and you're like, yes, there's something a little more with this person. A lot of these people, dude, are not that gender dysphoria people. That's like the 1.5%. The 15% that have fallen into this are more like the TikTok trenders or the non-binary. Oh, I feel like a woman today, or I feel like a man tomorrow. Blah, 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 blah. Those type of people are the ones that are like, they don't even have... well, that's mental illness right there. That means they don't have an identity, and they should explore the mental illness behind that, because that's mental illness. That's not gender dysphoria, that's mental illness. But of course, non-binary people like to pretend that they're, just as legitimate as everybody else, and this is where leftism becomes a mental disorder. So, again, your child likes to dress? Fine. My child likes to dress, fine. He likes to fucking fingernail paint, fine. I'm down with all of that till you want to go on cross-sex hormones. Dude, even if my child was short and said, Daddy, I'm short. I don't want to be short like you. And I said, what do you want me to do about it? That's our genetics. He's like, yeah, but I want to be like 6'2". I don't want to be like 5'7". Well, what do you want me to do about it? Be like, I want to go on human growth hormone. Okay? I'm going to say no. And you're going to be like, well, why would you deny him human growth hormone? Because, A, there's a lot of risks. Human growth hormone can cause growth in tumors and cancers and all sorts of things like that. It's not really healthy for young children to go on HGH. And I would probably not want that to happen. Would I want him to be taller? Sure. But you can't, like, push a drug or push something that can jeopardize the safety of your child because of a want. It's not really good to do that, dude. You know what I'm trying to say? Whether in anything. That, and I know that even like something like HGH, and you're like, if that HGH is much different than a cross-sex blocker. But if you're really breaking it down, not really, because you don't know how the kid's puberty is going to hit. You don't know. You just don't know anything. You're fucking playing Frankenstein once you start using these hormone-altering things. You're playing Frankenstein with your child. You are Dr. Frankenstein, and your child is Frankenstein. And I know people would be so offended if you're Frankenstein's monster. And people would be so offended if I ever said that to them. They think I'm the most hateful, bigoted, whatever. Nope, I don't agree with it. And then people can say, well, what about vaccines and blah, blah, you let your kids get vaccines. Yeah, because that's a little different. Vaccines, how they work is with RNA and mRNA and things like that. I'm talking about altering hormones and chromosomes and things like that. Once you start fucking with that shit, forget about it. So people don't fucking understand that, man. People just don't understand. Like, they think everything's okay. Like, everything's okay with that, yeah. And then you can be like, well, what if your kid is depressed? You have them go on antidepressants? Here's the thing. I would be very careful with that. Because just like all these warning labels say, that children can get, what? Yeah, I can't say the word on YouTube as I'm speaking, but the S word. They can get, if they're under a certain age with antidepressants. So I would be very careful and very, very careful to put a child on antidepressants. Very careful. Almost wouldn't even do it. And try very hard to have alternate means. But if the child is just so fucking depressed no matter what you do, then, you have to look into certain things. There's always exceptions. But that's, an antidepressant, something that is reversible to it. Maybe it's not 100% reversible. Maybe you get some fucking little tics or some, who knows what type of weird little things. But it's pretty much reversible. There are people got off antidepressants many times that don't feel depressed anymore, and they're fine. all these detransition stories, which are thousands of them, dude, they don't come out pretty good. They're like very regretful with what they did. They're very regretful. Like the women, especially because their voices are deeper now. They're like really upset, you know. And it hurts them, you know. And the people have to realize that like these leftist movements are so fucking radical. So they're so fucking stupid sometimes, and I really can't stand them. The progressive left. I'm not talking about moderate left. I'm just talking about progressive leftism is just fucking out there. Yeah. Yep. And following trends, because, you know, people on TikTok, and everybody's like, well, you know, and a lot of them, they get so insulted when you say trendism, right? Instead of transgenderism, trendism, they get so mad at that term because they're like, it's not a trend. It's like, motherfucker, the uptick is like 900% to 1,000% of what it used to be. Of course it's a fucking trend. No, because society, and then the argument is, right, the argument is, no, because society finally lets us do it, and we were held back. So shut the fuck up. It's a fucking trend. Half you fucking people, all those fucking 1 out of 4 girls are bisexual now. That they're saying in school, young girls, 1 out of 4 is identifying as bisexual. What? You're going to tell me that 1 out of 4 girls throughout the history of the world were always bisexual? No. It's because again, trend. Why did people listen to Nirvana back in the 90s? Trend. Why did people like Tupac and Biggie so much and then that East Coast, West Coast? Trend. Why did people fucking like Pogs? Trend. Right. It's the hot topic trends, right? The edgy hot topic trends. It's like... It is. Yeah, it is. It's a rebellious. Yep. It's kind of like the same, like the Italian girls. Like I told you, Pia and her sister. They married the black guys. They only did it, I feel, to piss off their fathers. I really do. I feel that. You know, and who did it first? Kim Kardashian. That is proof right there that trends are real. And people like to pretend trends aren't real. No, trends are real. And you'd be like, oh, how could you say that they followed the trend of Kim Kardashian? You're being racist. I saw these girls before, and they actually look like Kim Kardashian. They grow their hair out like her. They wear her shoes. They dress like her. They look like spitting images of her. What are you talking about? Not only do they date black people only, but they look like Kim Kardashian. Like, they are the trend. Oh, like what? You're gonna say, oh, I don't like, like what? You know, when you start to look like the very thing that you like you worship, you're following the trend at that point. Oh, I'm not part of the Pokemon trend, but I'm wearing like a Pikachu onesie and shit, and I'm playing Pokemon Go. I just play it on, I'm just chilling with it. I'm not part of the Poke craze. I'm not trying to, and meanwhile, like, you see me running around, like, walking into park cars trying to get Pokemon. I'm wearing like a Pikachu jumpsuit. What would you think? You wouldn't think I'm on the Pokemon trend at that point? You know? I mean, trends are real, man. And like you said, it's the edgy, rebellious trends that tend to really get the most attention. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and the reason why it pisses off people because it's irreversible in a lot of ways. So there's very extreme consequences to this stuff. You know, that's the problem. It's not like a piercing, you know? Remember piercings back then? We were like, oh, the piercings was such a controversial thing. But guess what? You take the piercing out of your ear, your nose, wherever, the hole closes up. We don't even know you had it. But that was a controversial thing in our time. They had to go one up piercing. They had to go one up rock and black and metal and rap and all that. They have to go one level up on the rebellious, like, I'm an independent person. Meanwhile, it's like, you're not really independent. You're just copying a bunch of other fucking morons. That's what you're doing. You're still not individual. You're not clever enough to come up with individuality. You know? And it sounds very hateful. And I have the stream, and I got the mic wide on for this, so anybody could come and listen good. Only Omar was in here. He said, be right back. Now, but I'm not saying anything too bad. That's why I didn't say the S word. You can't say the S word, and you know what word I'm talking about. Not shit. The depressive S word. Yeah, I mean, look, and like you said, there's always exceptions to the rule. I always believe that there's exceptions to the rule. There always is that weird scenario where it's like, okay, this kid... Yeah. I always think there's an exception to the rule. Like, I always feel that, okay, there's that one person that maybe is exhibiting things slightly different than what the trend is showing in other people. Maybe their case needs to be looked at a little harder. But, dude, a lot of times you get these kids, they go to these doctors and they say, I feel like a girl, and they get prescribed something like within a 35-minute period. They come home with cross-sex hormones and puberty blockers like very quickly. I mean, like, I think they're now finally starting to slow that down. But like, it was I think like even Blair White said it in 40 minutes in the state of it was LA, I think. In 40 minutes, she got all the prescriptions she needed to start transitioning. But she was 18 years old when she did it. But she also said it was just so easy. Like, it was so easy. And then there are people who are younger who just get it so easily anyway. So it's like, you're like, wow, it's that easy? And you know what it used to be, dude? And during the Buck Angel times, because he's like an old porn star girl who transitioned into a guy. He said used to need 100 days of psychiatry, 100 days of psychology to counsel you, and if after 100 sessions or 100 days, I think, or whatever it was, or maybe a few months, it was a pretty big number. If you still had those strong affirmations, then you go through with it. You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah, there was a better vetting process. But guess what? After 100 sessions, the trend may not be there no more, right? Maybe you won't want to go through with it no more because, maybe your neighbor who transitioned is not having a good time, and then they, with the whole, dilating themselves and, all these things they got to do to themselves so their wounds don't close up and everything. And maybe you're looking at that and you're like, I don't think I want to transition anymore. You see? That's what they're afraid of. They want to do it when the trend is hot, when the hot topic is edgy. They don't want to wait 100 sessions later when the trend starts to die down, if it does. There's real psychology with this shit, dude. I really believe that. And like you said, back when we grew up, we can identify with music and all sorts of things like that. Why is it today, man? Like you said, they have to go that next level, man. Like you said, it is a rebellious thing, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I believe that. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Sure. Yeah. Sure. And then you had algorithms backing things up and shit. Sure. It kind of like it creates a more. Wow. Wow. Right. Yeah. And then and I like classical music. Like, don't you need violin lessons? Oh, Dave's been listening to Beethoven. How about? And then they start talking about like piano and violin lessons and shit. I'm like, what am I getting this for? Crazy. Oh.
Technology recharge.
Yeah, yeah. Mm. Like they created. Like they're controlling people, man. Probably why our politics are so 50-50 divided, because if the algorithm keeps feeding in one direction. Hmm. Right. Yeah. How do you fix it? I mean, you can't censor information. Like, how would you fix it? Like, overall, like, how do you? I don't know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. What is this? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I know, it's like Turkey has tons of cats and stuff, I know.
Technology recharge.
But you know what's funny with that is the cats are pretty good at surviving. They'll find ways to survive, I think. You know, they're out, they're kind of like, they're out... No, they're not going to survive explosions, but I think you'll have a bunch that's surviving through the rubble and eating and stuff. They don't, they don't have the necessities of, like, humans. They probably are. Right? But yeah, probably a lot of cats blowing up, unfortunately. Yeah, because they didn't elect anybody. They're just like, well, they just. Yeah, that is true. But they're stupid. But they're stupid. But they're not as smart as humans. Oh yeah. Mhm. Mhm.
Technology recharge.
Yeah. Yeah, I always drive that way when I come home from Ozone Park. Huh. Mhm. Yeah, which, yeah, well, that's what the client, right. And that's the liberal city of New York that's willing to smash apart trees and all that stuff, but yet claim to be climate activists. But at the same time, they're not planting any trees. They're just fucking trying to make everybody's life harder. Get the fuck! I can't, dude. The leftism becomes a mental disorder. I'm telling you, man, it really does.
Technology recharge.
I'm not saying all leftism. I mean, some leftism is okay, but like, it's like, come on, man. When they start getting insane, you know what I mean? Like, some leftism is okay. When they start getting insane, though, it's really bad, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, like the highly emotional.
Technology recharging.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. Like status quo, yeah, like they're very. Like, why do I hate the fact that they put protect trans kids and Enter the Spider-Verse 2? I should just watch it, like Spider-Man, and shut the fuck up.
Technology recharging.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I know, it's getting crazy now. Yeah. Well, there was a news article just this morning of Zelensky firing APMCV missiles or some shit like that, and Russia got really mad and said it's a grave mistake. Putin says it's a grave mistake that America gave them those weapons because they didn't have those weapons. I don't know, again, how true all that is. Did Putin really say that? But I know those missiles were... So...
Technology recharging.
Mm. I want to see the poll. I want to see the polls get strong, actually, because we got Polish in us. Yeah, yeah. I was that guy. I used to tell everybody. It was, oh, what nationality? Italian. Never say Polish. Until recently. Now I don't care. I say it now, but I never said it back then. I remember we had this this teacher, and he was doing like trying to be funny. This history teacher, he was doing like jokes on every race, saying it was okay if you joke around about every race. He did a joke on black people, he did a joke on like Latin people, then he did a joke on Polish people, and he was talking about like how like when the German soldiers invaded Poland and they threw the grenades, when the German Nazis invaded Poland and then the Polish threw the grenades, the Germans caught them, pulled the pin, and threw it back. Or some shit like that. And it was like, and he, and he was like, he was saying jokes like that, and then he was making fun of like Puerto Rican people robbing cars. Oh, this guy was, and he was like as white as they can be. This teacher, I don't know how. I don't think he lasted too long. I don't remember him lasting too long. I think he got fired, dude, for real, because I don't remember him lasting that long. Only like a few months. Don't get me wrong, he was kind of funny, like, because he was just like really like animated and like crazy and shit. But like he was ripping on like every race, to be fair. But and that was like why he said it was okay, because as long as like you can make fun of every race, you just can't target one specific race. But I don't even know if that flies anymore, dude. Seriously, so. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right, I was like 16 or 17, so it was a long time ago when you got away with stuff a little bit more, but he definitely was pushing the envelope, that's for sure. You know? All it takes is like one kid to go to the fucking guidance counselors and stuff and then rip on Mr. So-and-so is said this about Latin people. Well, that was a base. No, he could have touched the Polish thing. All right, fine. I laughed, whatever, because I'm a good sport, and I wasn't going to rat him out. But touching the whole Puerto Rican thing, there was probably like half the class was Puerto Rican, dude, or a good like 35%. Like, yeah, that was probably not the right one to do. Because it's like, you know? Yeah, well, he was a real white bread guy too, like really like poor white. He just looked like your typical white bread guy. Yeah. He was a white guy too, like so he couldn't even really like make fun of himself so much, you know. He was a little crazy though, dude. I'm thinking about it. Like he came off a little nuts. This guy, I remember. He was very jittery and always walking up and down the class and like kind of nutty looking. Yeah. I forgot his name, too. I don't even remember his name because I was only in like 4 or 5 of his classes. A classroom. It was just like I was cutting and shit so much I didn't give a fuck. Yeah, like I don't even remember his name. It was like he didn't leave that much of an impact on me. Yeah, I'll tell the guidance counselor. Yeah, his Polish joke offended me. I needed therapy for that. I got post-traumatic stress from his Polish joke. Yeah. I forgot. Another chat coming in. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. These fucking West Coast, everybody's in this stuff. The universities are full of assholes. You know? I just want, you know what I want? I don't like assholes, but I want ass. Just want ass. all I want. Yeah, that's it. If I had, I think that would solve so much, dude. I probably would. I'd be able to get off like my antidepressants if I had a regimen of that. That would be like the best antidepressant, you know, like twice a day, pussy in the morning, pussy in the evening, or 3 times a day. Like, and you'd be surprised how depression just goes away. Yeah. It's exercise, you know. I mean, like, you know, you'd be surprised how that would be like the best antidepressant. Like, yeah. The barbarism. Dude, it's been a fucking while for me too, man. It's like I'm getting like... Did I even tell you what I did with the one Indian girl that I went on the date with? I took her to the fucking park, Charles Park. Did I ever tell you? And she wanted to go home, but like I was being like a little weird about it. And this is going a few years ago, but like, you know, like, no, because like we were like having phone sex and all this fucking shit, and I met her a few times, and she was like a hot ass Indian girl, dude, not bad at all, and like, you know, thin, 128 pounds maybe, like 5'7", perfect body, and I'm just like, I have her in my car by Charles Park, it's nighttime, and it's like, and, you know, and like I'm making out with her, and I want to fucking, like, you know, I'm getting horny, you know, I want to fucking bang her, and it's all of a sudden she's like, hey, I gotta go, my mother's, you know, waiting, and blah 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 blah, and it's just like, I'm like. And I'm like, dude, I'm like almost contemplating like doing things. Like I was just gonna be like, no, you know, like I was getting Williamish, dude. I was getting like that. It was getting like this fire in me, and I was like a little hesitant of like not wanting to take her home. But then I was like, no, I'm not that person. I gotta do the right thing. But like the animal was coming out a little bit, dude. It's a dark park. Nobody's around. There was no like you see the animal coming out in me. I don't think she was nervous. She I was pretty nice to the whole, you know, day, whatever. But I do feel that she was you know, she still talked to me a little bit after that, but it was the whole like, you know, I was nervous of myself, like what like why did I get like that? Like I was like, wow, I could have easily like, if I wasn't in my right mind, I could have like really made that a bad situation. Yeah, I know. Saves. Yeah. But, you know, yeah, but, it was whatever, dude, you know, I just, you know, I took it back, what was I gonna do? Because at the end of the day, look, maybe my size is a blessing, that I'm not the biggest guy in the world, because, like, God, I shouldn't even talk, I'm on stream talking like this, yeah, mute the mic.
recharge.